and today we will be focusing on Svadhyaya. It is one of the aspects of the yamas and niyamas which make up the complex system of the 8 limbs of yoga. Svadhyaya is the Sanskrit word for self-study. In yoga, it is the practice of observing ourselves with honesty, curiosity, and compassion, becoming aware of our thoughts, emotions, habits, and reactions. Today, rather than how poses look, we will practice noticing how they feel and what they reveal about us, approaching ourselves with curiosity instead of judgment. I invite you to welcome yourself exactly where you are. Feel your sit bones grounding into the mat. Feel the edges of your feet that are touching the mat. And gently close your eyes. Before we move, I invite you to simply notice. How does your body feel? What emotions are present? And what thoughts are asking for your attention? Breathing deeply in and out the nose. Continuing to breathe, feeling the texture of the air as you inhale and exhale, noticing the small rise of the chest and the compression as you release all the air. Keeping that up for several more breaths. Svadhyaya translates to self-study. It isn't self-criticism or self-imprisonment, self-improvement. It is a practice of becoming an honest, compassionate witness to our own experience. On your next exhale, dispel all the air from your lungs. And we will inhale to the count of 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top. And exhaling for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhaling for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding gently at the top. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once more, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And a long exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Allowing your breath to return to its natural state. Notice if the breath felt smooth or interrupted. There was nothing to fix. Quietly in your mind, I want you to name what you are experiencing through self-study today. Today I am quiet. Today I am observant. Today I am hungry. It's up to you. Naming and noticing something about yourself is one of the first steps to self-awareness. And we will begin our practice on our hands and our knees. Come to all fours. Hips stack over knees, elbows over wrists, neutral spine. On an inhale, drop your belly looking up to the sky, shoulders draw down. And exhale, pushing into the palms, cat pose. Pushing into the tops of the feet. Inhaling, dropping your belly, looking up, cow pose. And inhaling, tucking that tailbone, belly button to spine. Inhaling twice more, looking up, cow pose. Exhaling, pressing deep into all parts of the body, touching the mat. Inhaling, looking up. And exhale, coming to a neutral spine. Now you can move your right knee in slightly to the center line. And I invite you to take your left hand and stick it out in front of you. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Your head is in line with your arm. Straight spine. You can stay here or gently start to lift your left leg. Flexed or pointed, it doesn't really matter, but what you want to do is draw your left hip down and see if you can keep your hips squared. A few more breaths here, and we'll do 3 elbow to knee on an exhale. Inhale, stretch out through your fingers and your toes. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl it in. Whoop, got a little wobbly there. Inhale, coming back to a neutral spine. And exhale, dropping your hand down, dropping your knee down. Taking a note to see how each side feels. One is going to feel slightly different than the other, and I want you to just simply notice. On your next inhale, you could slightly move your left leg in if you would like, bringing your right arm out in front of you. Tailbone is tucked, ear and arm are parallel. Inhale here, and if you're comfortable with it, exhale, straighten out your right leg. Core is strong, hips are straight towards the mat. Inhale here, and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. And inhale, lengthen. One big breath here, feeling everything firming in. And exhale, placing your hands down. Now we're going to thread the needle, so inhale, lifting your right arm up, and exhaling, sweeping it under your left arm, coming to set your temple on the ground. Taking your left fingertips and tenting them so that you can slowly start turning your chest to the right. Seeing if you can't keep your hip bones squared to the front of the mat. Deep inhale and exhale here. One more big breath. On your next inhale, flatten your left palm and slowly bring yourself up back to tabletop. And we'll go to the other side. Inhale, lift your right arm up and back. And exhale, threading that needle. Shoulder and temple come to rest. Tenting your right fingertips and pressing into the ground to give yourself that spiral in the chest. Activate your abs. Maybe you get a little bit of oblique work here. Deeply inhaling and exhaling. Once more, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, flatten your right hand. Bring yourself gently back up to all fours. Inhale, tuck your toes. And as you exhale, slowly bring yourself back to downward facing dog. take 5 breaths here. Throughout this class, I'd really like you to just take note of how things are feeling and how you are reacting to those feelings. And maybe learn the difference between responding and reacting. If you get a cue from your body that says that this might be a little bit too much, ease off. There are modifications that I will do my best to show you. And the whole point of studying Svadhyaya is to learn more about yourself, what your limits are, what you enjoy doing, more about you. Inhale, bending your legs deeply. You can hop or step to the front of your mat on an exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. First forward fold of the day. Heel toe your feet a little bit more than hip distance apart. Grab the opposite elbows. Inhale, maybe straighten your spine a little bit. And as you exhale, melt your chest. Slowly swaying side to side. Shaking your head, yes. Shaking your head, no. As you inhale, come up once more. Flat spine. Your legs are on your thighs or your shins. And exhale, fold. And see if you can't grab the back of your ankles. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, pulling yourself forward, getting a really nice stretch through the back of the glutes. Breathing deeply into that area. And we'll do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. Ground into the feet. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. And inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Closing your eyes here for just one moment. Rooting your feet down into the ground. Bowing your head down to your hands. So, physical practice, something that benefits us all. And something that can benefit us even greater is if we acknowledge our preferences, things that we know, and only us know, that benefit us, that cause us discomfort. Today, I invite you to simply notice these things. Gently open your eyes, and we'll go right into it. Inhale, hands come up overhead. I want you to grab your right wrist with your left hand and stretch over to the left. Big inhale here. And on your next inhale, bring yourself up. Other side, clasping your left wrist with your right hand. Inhaling, and as you exhale, bending over to the right. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Dropping your hands. Another inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale for your first plank. We'll just step back. Strong plank. We're going to exhale down. You can go knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Exhaling down. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Shoulders draw back. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your legs deeply. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling slowly, slowly, slowly. Hands come up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping that Ujjayi breath going. Inhale. Halfway lift and exhale. Step or hop. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Bend your knees deeply and exhale. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, cascading down. Inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands coming up overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar B. Before we jump into that, take note of how you feel now versus before we started moving. Your heart rate might be going a little bit faster. You may feel more present, which is amazing. That's how I would love for you to feel. Maybe you have something on your mind, and maybe we can work through it together. All of these things are simply things to notice. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, sit down to chair pose. So pelvis is tucked slightly in, core is activated, arms are up. Exhale, bring your hands to center. And on your next exhale, slowly place your right leg back. Inhale, arms up, crescent lunge. Stretching back, hips are stacking forward. Pull your right hip forward and your left hip back. Abs are activated. On your next exhale, don't straighten the front leg yet. Frame your front foot. Inhale, look up from here. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet out. Inhale, lifting your right leg up and back. Exhale, bringing it forward. Setting up for crescent lunge. On an inhale, bringing your arms up. And exhale, bending into that front knee. Giving yourself a slight back bend. Exhale, framing your front foot. Don't straighten the leg yet. Inhale, shine your chest forward. And exhale, step your back foot to meet your front. Inhale, come back up to chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. That was kind of a cheating version of that. We'll go into the regular version now. All right, inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhaling here and exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Placing your left foot forward. Inhale, crescent pose. Staying for 2 breaths. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back to plank. Vinyasa. Exhaling, coming down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. I invite you to sigh it out whenever you feel is necessary. Take note of the different sides we've done so far. Which one feels a little bit more juicy, maybe a little bit more mobile? Maybe you'll be able to tell after we've done the second set. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhaling, knee to chest. Right leg comes forward. On your next inhale, crescent lunge, pressing into your front knee. Left hip comes forward, slight back bend. And exhale, place your hands down. Don't move yet. Inhale, shine your chest forward. Exhale, step back to vinyasa. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale. 3 breaths here. Feels so good. Pedaling out each foot. Pressing deeply into the palms. See if you can't release your neck a little bit. Feel all the pads of your fingers and your palm pressing deeply. Inhaling here. On your next inhale, bend your knees deeply. Look up. Exhale, step hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. On your next inhale, slowly bring yourself up. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, and we continue on. Inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. On an exhale, you can either step or jump to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back, bend at the knee, and give me a few hip circles, carving circles in the air, and reverse. 1, 2, 3. Setting the foot down. Again, the other side. Inhale, bending at the knee, giving a few circles, 3 each side. 1, 2, 3. Setting the foot down. Now we flow. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, setting the front foot forward. Set your back foot down, 45-degree angle. Inhale, coming up to warrior 1. Strong legs here, shoulders are drawn down. On an exhale, come into warrior 2. Shoulders are down, arms are parallel, really pressing into all the edges of the feet. Inhale, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come up with warrior arms. And on your next exhale, bring your hands behind you, clasp them. Inhale deeply here, and on your next exhale, slow pressing into the back edge of your foot, slowly start to bring your body in between your legs for humble warrior. Just a couple of breaths here. What are the sensations you're noticing in this pose? Is it difficult? Does it feel good? Just take notice. On your next inhale, unwind your hands and place them in front of you and slowly crawl them out. So you're in the same position, but your arms are out in front of you now. Tenting your fingertips. One more big breath. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, crawling your fingertips back. Pivot your front leg, foot, to face the long edge of your mat and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And on your next exhale, we're going to come down into Skandasana. So bending into your right leg, keeping the heel on the ground. Left foot is flexed. Hands to heart center, pushing your elbow into your knee. Skandasana. As you inhale, slowly come up through center and move to the other side. Toes are flexed, really feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. Quads are engaged. Twice more on each side. Inhaling, coming up through center. Exhale, sitting down low. Inhale, coming over to the other side. Right toes are flexed, pressing in to your knee with your left elbow. And once more, inhaling and exhale. Skandasana, other side. On your next inhale, place your feet on the mat. Slowly straighten both your legs. Pivot to the front of the mat. Bring your back foot in just a tiny bit. Inhale here and fold over your front leg. Inhaling deeply here. Now you might want to use a block for this if you need it. We're going to come into half moon. So what I'd like for you to do is slowly lift yourself halfway up. And I want you to take your arms out like so, like you're holding a giant beach ball. And your core is tight. You don't want your ribs puffing out. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, keeping that core strength, bring your arm down to triangle pose. So your right hand can come down to your foot, your ankle, your shin, or the floor, making your body as flat as a piece of paper. On your next inhale, look down, bend deeply into your front knee, bring your fingertips about 6 inches in front of your right foot, and slowly start to drag your left leg off the ground. Now the goal is to be able to open your body all the way to the left side. And wobbling is okay. Wobbling is supposed to teach us something. So if you fall, are you curious? Are you frustrated? These are the times we learn things about ourselves. If it's within your practice, you can reach back with your left hand, grab your left foot, and press them into each other for sugar cane. One big breath here, pressing. Exhale, letting it go. Setting your left foot down. Make sure your feet are heel-toed apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall. Now taking a big moment here to notice the obvious difference of muscles that have been stretched on the left side versus the right. And we will go into the other side. And I'm going to move over here so that you guys can see me. All right, so coming up to stand, inhaling, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, next inhale, lift your left leg up and back. And exhale, knee to nose. Placing your foot in between your hands. Back foot comes down 45-degree angle. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Settle in here, pressing into your back foot. And exhale, coming out to warrior two. Strong warrior. Shoulders are down. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Abs are activated. Inhale here, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Might be a spider on me. Inhale, come back up to warrior arms. On an exhale, clasp your hands behind your back the unusual way. Keep your feet the same position. Inhale here, and as you exhale, slowly fold in between your feet. Another one of those poses that some people might really like and some people might hate. But can you allow yourself to just be and breathe through it for a couple of seconds? Sighing it out if you need to. On your next exhale, bringing your hands down to the ground and slowly clawing your way forward with them. Just one big breath here, inhaling, filling up the back lungs, and exhaling. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the center, flip your back foot to face the front, and we'll come back into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe bring your hands behind you once again, interlacing your fingers. Exhaling, fold. Releasing any tension in your neck. Roll your shoulders back and see how far down you can get your hands to the ground. Inhaling, slowly come up, hands touching the floor, and we'll go into Skandasana, starting with the opposite side. So as you inhale, lean all your weight over to your left foot, bring your right toes, flex towards your face. Hands come to heart center, pressing your knee and your elbow into one another. And other side. Inhale, coming over to the right. Inhale, left. Pressing firmly into your knee with your elbow. Toes are flexed. Inhale, over to the right. Really feeling that stretch through your inner thigh. And one last time. Inhale, over to your right. All right, on your next inhale, come up to straight, bring your front foot and your back foot, more like warrior one legs. Now inhale, and bring your hands behind your back again this time, I think. And exhale, slowly fold yourself over your front leg. All right, on your next inhale, we're gonna come into half moon. So what I'd like for you to do is come up, have your abs activated, and reach your arms up like you're holding a giant burrito or a volleyball or a beach ball, something. Your ribs are tucked in, breathing deeply. And as you exhale, slowly start to bring your left arm down. It can be on the ground, it can be on your foot, your shin, wherever feels best for you. Looking down, straight or bending into your front knee. You have options with your hands. You can place your hand on your hip if it feels better for you. We'll try that. If this is difficult for you, always use blocks. Next time I'll show you guys how to do that. Inhale, trickle your fingertips 6 inches away and slowly start dragging your right foot off the ground. More wobbles, wobbledy-wobbledy-wop. Flexing your top foot, stacking your hips on top of each other. The goal is to get the whole of your front body facing the long edge of your mat. So right arm is all the way up if possible. You can keep a slight bend in your standing leg if you need to. If it's in your practice, slowly reach back. Grab your elevated foot with your right hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, push your foot and your hand into each other for sugar cane. Exhale. Set your hands down. Right foot meets left. Inhale, upward face. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, one more time, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Doggy dog dog. Last downward facing dog. Try to make it a little bit quick for you. All right, on your next inhale, bend your knees deeply, and exhale, bring your feet to the opposite sides of your hands, and we'll come into Malasana squat. So for those of you that can't see me, it's gonna look like this, okay? And if it's in your practice, you can go into crow pose. This is the time for you to kind of explore a little bit. So full wheel pose, headstand, handstand, whatever feels good for you. Please do that now. So I'm still working on my crow pose and it's quite sweaty here, so it's about as good as you'll get from me. All right, and when you're done, coming back into Malasana, taking a deep breath here, and as you exhale, slowly come to sit. All right. Seated forward fold, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale. You can keep your knees bent if you need to. Really feeling that stretch through your lower back. And just for fun's sake, come out of that, placing your hands with your fingertips towards your buttocks. And we'll come into reverse tabletop. So inhale here, zip up your legs, zip up your abs, and exhale, push your body up. Head can hang down. 2 breaths here, inhaling, exhaling. On your next inhale, see if you can push a little bit more. And exhale, slowly bring yourself down. Oh, beautiful. And rolling like a ball, we're gonna bring ourselves down. So hold on to your little leggies. Inhale, come back and back up. If plow pose is in your practice, go ahead. When you're ready, coming down to lay on your back. Inhaling, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Happy baby. Rolling around. The happiest baby. Maybe stretching one foot and then the other foot. Maybe both legs are straight. Oh yeah. All right. Bringing the legs straight in front of you. Just shooting up. Flexing your toes. Slowly starting to climb your way up. Inhale. And as you exhale, slightly pull them closer to your face. And don't push yourself. Remember, we are studying ourselves. We need to be able to study ourselves to the point where we're like, this fucking hurts, please stop. Inhale here, flex your toes. Exhale, point your toes. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower it down. Bring your right leg up into your body. Squeeze it tight. And on an exhale, slowly draw it over to your left. Your head is gazing towards the right, trying to keep the shoulder blades down for a gorgeous supine twist, twisting at the abdomen. Deep breath here, exhaling, twisting maybe a tiny bit more. Inhaling, coming up. Other side, inhale, bringing the left leg in. And with an exhale, using your right hand to slowly glide it over. Exhaling. Whew, this is a nice one. Gazing over your left fingertips. Feels so good. All right, inhale. Bring both of your legs in and give yourself a big bear hug. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your head up and squeeze. And exhale, let it all go. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Loosen the muscles in your face. And rest for Shavasana. I recommend you stay here for at least 3 to 5 minutes. And I would like to read you something as you rest. Today you have spent an hour studying the landscape of yourself. Perhaps you noticed strengths, perhaps resistance, perhaps joy, perhaps uncertainty. Whatever you found, let it be enough. Self-study is not about collecting evidence that we are good or bad. It is about becoming intimate with ourselves, truly knowing ourselves, and truly knowing our boundaries. When we know ourselves deeply, compassion follows. May you leave today a little more curious than certain, a little more compassionate than critical, a little more willing to meet yourself where you are exactly at this moment. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Tay, and I'll see you soon.